chilling warning from a former Russian president who now serves as the deputy chairman of the Security Council of Russia has sent shockwaves. Dmitry Medvedev has revealed what he thinks is Iran's most powerful, quote-unquote, nuclear weapon. Soon after a 2-week halt in the U.S.-Iran war was announced, the top aide to the Russian president made a striking claim in a post on X. He said the real test of power in this conflict is not a bomb, but a choke point, referring to the fragile truce between Washington and Tehran. Medvedev said its outcome remains uncertain. However, one thing he insists is clear. Iran has already demonstrated its ultimate leverage, and that leverage has a name: the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow passage, but one of the most critical arteries in the global economy. Roughly a fifth of the world's oil passes through this corridor. Control it, and you don't just pressure your enemy, you shake the entire world. Medvedev went even further, calling the strait Iran's tested weapon with what he described as inexhaustible potential. The message from Russia, a key Iranian ally, is clear. Tehran may not need to escalate with nuclear force when it already holds the power to disrupt global energy flows. Medvedev's post came as Tehran agreed to allow the safe transit of vessels through the Strait of Hormuz as part of the temporary truce deal agreed to by Israel. Iran even allowed the first ships to pass through the Strait of Hormuz on April 8th, as per data taken by Marine Traffic Monitor cited in an AFP report. The International Maritime Organization has said it was working to ensure the safe transit of ships through the waterway amid the halt in fighting. The partial blockade of the strait by Iran, aimed at oil vessels linked to the U.S., Israel, and their allies, significantly disrupted global energy supplies. As of early 2026, disruptions caused oil prices to soar above $90 a barrel, creating immediate supply shortages in Asia, while halting a major portion of shipping traffic. And that's what makes this standoff so dangerous, because the battlefield isn't just land or air, it's a global lifeline. Meanwhile, Russia has welcomed the truce deal between the U.S. and Iran, with the Kremlin spokesperson emphasizing that it is important that there are no strikes against peaceful targets or Iranian economic facilities.
I want to remind you that from the very outset we have consistently spoken about the urgent need to swiftly de-escalate this situation and guide it towards a peaceful resolution, to quickly shift everything onto the path of political and diplomatic engagement and negotiations. In this particular context, of course, considering the rather harsh statements that were made yesterday from various parties, which have certainly generated a significant amount of emotional response across the globe. We certainly received with satisfaction these reports regarding the truce, and we welcome the decision not to proceed further along the path of armed escalation, and especially not to launch strikes against civilian targets or against the economic infrastructure of the country of Iran.